Things that blow my mind in family court. In case you're new here, I'm Jonathan Noble, divorce and family law attorney licensed in Pennsylvania and New Jersey. And I want to make a video about things that blow my mind. There'll be a series of videos over the coming weeks, so stay tuned. One thing that really blows my mind is there's statutes in most jurisdictions that I'm familiar with, protection from abuse, where if you are threatened or your intimate partner puts you in fear of serious bodily injury, they can go to the courthouse and file a protection from abuse petition. And that day, like just hours after you file it, you'll go see the judge who's on duty, and either they'll grant your temporary protection from abuse or they'll deny your temporary. And way more often than not, they'll grant it. But you might be thinking to yourself, hey, wait a second, that's not fair. I didn't even know that this person was going to do that. And there's two sides to every story. Well, that's true. In the jurisdictions that I'm familiar with, there has to be a final hearing within 10 days after that initial petition is filed and granted, so the judge can hear both sides of the stories. The thing that blows my mind is the number of bogus protection from abuse filings that I see. And I've handled many, many protection from abuse cases, and you can't imagine the number of times somebody will file a bogus protection from abuse, and here's why. Because it could usually get one of the two people out of the residence that they're living in until the final hearing, or two, and this happens a lot, and it really pisses me off, that the couple isn't married and one person breaks up with the other one, and it could be a same-sex couple. I've seen it in same-sex couples too. One person breaks up, and instead of walking away and saying, okay, thank you, I understand, that's all you need to do, they keep coming back at the other person, trying to convince them to get back together. And when the other person doesn't want to get back together, they send menacing text messages that now become what? That's right, evidence. And the person will bring into court these text messages on their phone. They'll hand the phone right up to the judge. So here's the point of this video. If somebody breaks up with you, leave them alone, all right? You're not going to convince them. That's one of the main reasons why you want to be the best version of yourself and have a ton of options. Because if you get dumped, you don't have to worry about it. You could just get on with your life and find someone who might be better suited for you. But I see a lot of times it's guys, not always, where they're dating somebody that is just out of their league or they don't think that they're worthy of. She finds some other guy who can fulfill her dreams, if, for lack of a better phrase, or he's just not measuring up to her unrealistic standards. She breaks up with him, and then he keeps texting her multiple times, and when she doesn't respond, he gets nasty and maybe threatening. Don't do that. Don't do that. Level up to the point where if you get dumped, you can find another starlet or fitness model or whatever turns you on. Do not pursue the person who doesn't want to be with you anymore, and definitely don't threaten them. And I know people get emotional, or a lot of times guys will tell me, well, I just did this for her, or I just did that for her, or took her there or here or there. It doesn't matter. It doesn't give you the right to threaten somebody with serious bodily injury or otherwise. So here's your takeaway. Level up, all right? And if somebody says to you, this isn't working out, or I no longer want to be with you, or they're passive-aggressive about it and make you want to leave them and you have had enough, just go your own way. Now, if you're married, that's different because you really don't have anywhere to go, or you may not have anywhere to go. And I'll do a video about that. But if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, or you're cohabitating together, or even if you're not cohabitating together, and the other side is finished with the relationship, just move on. All right? That's why you got to stay in good shape and you got to be the best version of yourself so you have options. It's the guys that have a victim mindset or a scarcity mindset that get tripped up by this. All right? Be smart. Pass this along with somebody that's blind that makes these kind of bonehead moves because it gets them into a ton of trouble, and we want to keep you out of court. All right?